Krakow claimed their 6th Polish League title in 10 seasons back in April. 13-point win in the end over Śląsk Wrocław. And Liverpool will surely approach this like a Champions League qualifier. Krakow have one of those coming up. Liverpool do too. Pre-match silverware for the Reds. But what reward will they have coming out of this one? The man who scored the winning goal on Wednesday night against Lucerne will kick off with Ryan Babel. As Liverpool's journey through Europe continues. Lucerne may have only been a mid-ranking Swiss League side. Tranmere Rovers a division or two below them. But Liverpool have champion opposition against them today. The best club by miles in Poland. Wisla Krakow. They are in white. Liverpool have resisted the temptation to wear their new grey shirts. First touch for Voronin was anything but effective. This is Marcin Byczynski, who's played in 2 World Cups, but who after his second immediately announced his international retirement, having played 34 times for Poland. And it is a major step up in class facing Liverpool tonight, as virtually all of the Wisla starting 11 have international experience. And I don't think Krakow did enough. Wisla inside the opening minute have got a corner kick in Fribourg. Dangerous header which Cavalieri claimed. Made his Liverpool debut on Wednesday night against Lucerne. Didn't look particularly effective, if the truth be told. Still getting to grips with how Liverpool play, but being Brazilian, not really a country ever noted for its goalkeepers. Benioun was effective the other night. Babel came on as sub, starts this evening. Mariusz Pawełek. Long-term Wisla goalkeeper, but had to fight hard to regain the #1 jersey, or in his case 81. And he's the man who'll be tested by the shots of Voronin tonight. Looked very good against Lucerne. Voronin realistically would have to look good against the likes of Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal and the rest. Dan Agger, good to see him back playing again after his nightmare injury last season, the metatarsal which kept him out for virtually all of the last campaign. Another Liverpool dead ball then. Damien Plessis was looking to take quickly, but wasn't being allowed to by Tomasz Józak, the Czech under-21 international. Signed last year on a 5-year deal. As their manager, Maciej Skorska, looked to build high, and it has got them a Polish league success now. Rafa Benitez must be wishing he can do the same for Liverpool. Benioun's been wearing 15 in the pre-season friendlies. 11 had been his number last season, but that's been given to the Argentine Sebastian Leto, who again was good in patches, the 21-year-old Argentine against Lucerne. Another corner it is. There's not much you can judge, mind you, from a pre-season friendly against Lucerne. Yishak will take the corner again. Good firm corner it was too. This is Leto. He had Voronin on the overlap, but it was cut out well by Peter Broszek, one of the two twins. Leto. Lucas scored the opener against Lucerne the other night, completes the 1-2 with Babel. Benioun, and that's a marvellous ball for Voronin. Liverpool lead after 5.5 minutes. And the man who scored the winning goal on Wednesday night against Lucerne gets the opener against Wisla Krakow, Andrei Voronin. Nice ball up by Babel. It fell to Benioun, and Voronin needed 2 attempts after an excellent first save by Pavlovec. Liverpool in front, just as they were on Wednesday night. Just like last season, a marvellous pre-season for Andrei Voronin, but then it all unravelled as 2007 went into 2008. He always shines this time of year, Andrei Voronin. 2 goals in 2 games. Can he keep it going into the new football season? Good ball on the overlap for Peter Broszek. 5 Polish leagues he's won, made his debut for Poland this season, but didn't get a chance to play in Euro 2008. Sobolewski has got the free kick. Very quickly taken, very well cut out, but will very much have to be retaken. Foul by Lucas. Yeshek is standing over the ball. Głowacki too. Głowacki will take. Seemed to bounce off his own man. Support from Broszek. Another corner for Wisla Krakow. Yishak, who's been taking them on the left, is taking them on the right as well, headed away by Dan Agger. Low undulating strike in the end from the Argentine Mauro Cantoro. Cavalieri untested. Unlike the Liverpool defence, they've created a lot so far, Krakow, but haven't been able to finish anything. Good ball for Voronin, the goal scorer, trying to make life difficult for Głowacki. Pavlovec's clearance was long. A balmy evening in Fribourg. 26 Celsius it is at Stade Saint-Léonard. A gentle start to the friendly campaign for Liverpool, but it does get serious as the weeks go on. Hertha Berlin and then culminating with Lazio. Trouble for Babel, may just need some attention. Dirk Kuyt is doing some limbering up. He appears to have arrived late onto the Liverpool bench. Kuyt, I presume they all arrived in Freiburg on the one coach. Plessis. Back to Danak. Foreign in. Trouble for Plessis. They're pushing men forward again. Wisla Krakow, chance for Zhenchuk. Crowded out and put out by Yossi Benayoun. They are in trouble already. Cantora, Argentine under-17 international. That was many moons ago. Low strike by Thomas Juszak, the Czech international. Low for Cavalieri to claim. A real Brazilian influence these days at Liverpool, with three at the club: Aurelio, Lucas and Cavalieri. Wisla have a couple themselves. Kleber starts. And they've just recently sold Jean Paulista to Apoel Nicosia. On the overlap is Sobolewski, and Sobolewski's won it for Wisla. It's a good run. Sobolewski, they've men over and they have equalised. Juszak equalises, and yet again on this pre-season tour, the Liverpool defence torn apart. Where is it going wrong? Ball was given away to Sobolewski. He continued the run in the overlap. An excellent pullback, and Thomas Juszak with the finish. Just like 3 days ago, Liverpool go ahead, only to be pulled back. And an excellent finish from Juszak. Signed last year from Teplice. Is number 16, Thomas Juszak. Does it give Rafa Benitez more questions than answers, though? Long for Zhenchuk. Would have done very well to get there. Voronin crowded out. He had 5 white shirts around him. Głowacki. And this is Juszak, who's just scored, and he's trying to push the ball forward for Mauro Cantora. Cavalieri, facially, might look a bit like Jamie Carragher. But that's 2 early goals in a row he's now conceded. The £3.5 million, $7 million signing from Palmeiras in Brazil on the 11th of July. He has not impressed so far on this pre-season tour. Juszak, the player, caught offside. It was a good finish past Cavalieri. They do have a strong bench. Count, Mascherano, Aurelio, Skirtle. The Spanish contingent yet to return after their Euro 2008 glory, but Count on the bench, and this man Ryan Babel staying out play during the week. They have 3 men who were named for Euro 2008. Wisla have 3 as well, but none of them are in today's matchday squad. Combination of injuries and sales. Dariusz Dudska going to Auxerre for £2.5 million, being the most notable one, and Radislav Matuziak returning to Heerenveen on loan. So this Krakow side is where Krakow, the Polish champions, could have been a lot stronger. But they've looked decent in the opening 15 minutes. Kleber, best foreign player in the Polish League in 2007, as voted by the League Managers Association of Poland. Peter Broszek. Jędrzejczyk. Cavalieri with an absolutely awful clearance. Well, they only signed him 8 days ago. Can they get a refund? Peter Broszek. Sobolewski. Long by Mauro Cantoro, the Argentine. Sobolewski. Peter Broszek. Made his debut for Poland this year, but didn't get the chance to make it to this country. Excellent long ball for Rafa Boguski. Lots of white shirts forward. They're really taking it to Liverpool so far. You might think, though, that Wisla are taking this match a little more seriously. But Liverpool do not go abroad in any competition to lose. Peter Broszek with the long throw, looking for his twin brother Pavel. Mauro Cantoro, good ball forward. Cavalieri claiming for Liverpool. Klesic. Signed on the last day of the transfer window last summer. Only 2 appearances for the first team so far in competitive action, but he has been rather busy this week in the pre-season friendlies, as has Leto, who's done well. Babel, Voronin on his own in the middle. Leto in support, met by Bajinski. Jędrzejczyk, second highest scorer last season with 17 goals. It was a marvellous partnership with himself and Pavel Broszek. 41 goals between the two of them, and that was just in the league. They also reached the Polish Cup final but were beaten. Darby is on the overlap but won't get there. Polish league season kicks off next weekend, and then there's that second qualifying round tie against Beitar Jerusalem. Liverpool are in the third qualifying round and don't know yet who they'll be facing in a few weeks' time. But they did take care of Toulouse in the same stage of the last season. And Voronin scored a cracker, you may remember, from long range. He loves this time of year, Voronin. Ago. Jamie Carragher. Liverpool captain this week, now that Steven Gerrard has returned home injured. Liverpool will hope, and the diagnosis is so far it shouldn't have too much of a bearing on the opening few weeks of the Premier League season in England. Plessis for Voronin. Had range, might let fly. Babel has got the chance. He's won a corner. Stopped well by Peter Brochet. Babel denied a chance to play in Euro 2008 through his ankle ligament injury, and he took a knock in the ankle in the opening few minutes. Doesn't look as if he's recovered from it properly yet. Benayoun will take. Off the neck of Plessis almost. If you were with us for Wednesday night's win for Liverpool against Lucerne, you'd have noted that was in an equally small stadium in Grenchen, this with a capacity of around 10,000, the Stade Saint-Léonard. We've now moved into French-speaking Switzerland in Fribourg. University grounds they are, controlled by Brochet. Looking for Wisla to pass with flying colours, and that was almost Jędrzejczyk. It was a good strike which he couldn't keep down, but the Liverpool goal is leading a charmed life. Quick touch from Jędrzejczyk, and Jędrzejczyk strike just over the top. First time strike. And this is a good workout for Liverpool. They are being tested. And Voronin can test Wisla here. He should have scored, but the goalkeeper played a part. What a glorious chance from Voronin. One-on-one. Wasn't well struck, but the goalkeeper denied it from going in, that's for certain. Benayoun with it. Very well won by the tall head of Bashinsky. Sebastian later putting it back in. Andrea Desena, on his Liverpool debut, will take the throw. He was voted in the Serie A Team of the Year last season at left back. Wisla have the free kick, but what quality can Desena put into the Liverpool side this coming season? It was marvellous for Udinese. Their best season for years, as they led a charge that brings them European football this season. Serie B is not an undiscovered country for Udinese. They have spent quite a lot of time in the Spanish second division over the past 20-30 years. But they were the surprise packages of Serie A last season, and Desena very unlucky not to make the Italian Euro 2008 squad. Was a major contributing factor to that. Out-off Agger, and another Wisla corner. You could could argue that the non-selection of Cesena was one of the factors that saw Roberto Donadoni lose his job as Italian coach. Cesena will wear 2 for this coming season. Yitzhak with the Wisla corner. That's a good header by Gravacki, and Cavalieri plucks it out of the air. In many ways, this is a more important match for Wisla than Liverpool. Well claimed, Cavalieri in the air. Krakow are in competitive action in a few days. Liverpool not for another month. Guski attempting the cross. He's only 25, Cavalieri. Will be back up to Pepe Reina. David Martin was in goal last week for the win against Tranmere Rovers. Liverpool also have a Swedish goalkeeper, Hansen. Only a youngster, only 18 years old, signed from Brøndby. So they are trying to build their goalkeeping potential. And the scary thing about Martin Hansen, for somebody at my age who's now commentating, is that Hansen was born during Italia 90. Too far for Babel, and Vorinen was too far behind. Decent interchange up front for Liverpool. But the ultimate ball just isn't quite working out for them. It has only one so far today, and that was André Vornin's goal after 5 minutes. The Brazilian defender, Kleber. And unlike most of the Liverpool players, Wisla Krakow's squad do know what it's like to win titles. 6 in the last decade. This is Lucas, who we've not seen much of so far, and Benayoun would see none of the ball. Carragher giving away to Yershak. Support left and right. Good ball across for Boguski. Continue the run too, and it's another corner. Plessis with a touch. And Wisla close to double figures in terms of corners now. They have been the better side, and you have to give them that. They didn't have a great Euro 2008 Poland. Eliminated after 2 games. Yet if the man about to take the corner had played, they could have had great success. They've only lost once with Marek Jędrzuk playing for Poland. Not a great corner, but it almost fell to Gravacki. Wyszynski will play it all the way back to Pawłek. Awful lot of red in the crowd, isn't there? Though it should be pointed out that Wisla Krakow's main strip actually is red, which is why I was rather surprised that Liverpool didn't elect to change into their brand new grey kit which they launched yesterday. Sebastian Later of Argentina. Given away again. Boguski and Pavel Broszek. They're pushing forward again. Dangerous, and it should be 2. Boguski, yet another corner, and the pressure intensifies. It's an extraordinary amount of pressure so far. The chances they've had, Wisla maybe should be ahead. It's 2-1 now, but it's offside and it won't count. Swift move. It was a good ball in. The header from Kleber, and that's onside. Headed in by Boguski, but that goal should have stood. He was onside. What a let-off. It was Benayoun who was playing him onside. How confident will Wisla Krakow be now, and what will Rafa Benitez be thinking in terms of what he says at half-time and what changes he makes? There were 4 Liverpool changes at half-time and midweek. I expect more of the same today. And the FIFA ruling of only 6 changes allowed in a friendly does not apply at club level. You can make as many changes as you like. Wisla have 8 on the bench. Liverpool of 10. We may see them all. Voronin did well. Babel is making a break down this right-hand side, completely unmarked. Can Lucas find him? He can't. Plessis. Mara Kantora. 5 Polish leagues he's won that. Also a couple Libertadores with Vélez Sarsfield back in 1996 when he was still a teen. 2 Peru leagues to his name as well, so a man with a wonderful track record and happy to continue playing out his career in Poland. Liverpool's row. Kept 10 clean sheets to Diego Cavalieri last season for Palmeiras in the Brazilian league. But in the 23 games in which he did concede, he let in 47 goals. You can make your own judgment. Mentioning the Copa Libertadores, the secondary competition in South America, the Copa Sudamericana, kicks off in a couple of weeks' time. And for those of you watching in Setanta, Australia, we will have all the action for you live over the 15 weeks of the competition. Plenty of Wednesday night's games, which will be mid-Thursday morning for you. A little treat to bring you towards lunchtime every Wednesday and Thursday. Long for Cavalieri to climb. Loose and Benayoun will claim. Voronin, the Liverpool goal scorer. Just how can he keep his consistency? from the summer months as the winter wears on in England. Benayoun, Voronin, he continued the run. Benayoun might still be found, but Cantoro will play it away, only as far as Damien Plessis. Voronin, who, like 3 days ago against Lucerne, has looked good tonight against Wisla Krakow. It's just all about maintaining his form. Played 25 games in all competitions for Liverpool last season, but only 15 of those were in the league. Did have that ankle injury picked up in training in January, which kept him out for a couple of months. News on Steven Gerrard's injury, by the way. It is a groin strain, which should have him out of action for only a week and a half. This is Bajinski on the overlap. He's got two to aim for. One of them is Jędrzejczyk. Very well intercepted by Darby, but the pressure continues. Peter Proschek. Mauro Cantoro. Boguski. This is Bajinski. The free kick is Wisła's. Great experience, Bajinski. 5 Polish leagues to his name. Played for his country for 6 years. And still 31. Still someone with a lot to contribute. And he has definitely contributed tonight in Freiburg. Heavily congested Liverpool penalty area. But they've almost scored anyway! That seemed to hit the post directly from the free kick. Back by Mauro Cantoro, and Liverpool can break here with Ryan Babel. But Cantoro will calmly find Petr Proschek. One goal ruled out for offside. A free kick hitting the post. If it remains 1-1 at half-time, Wisla will wonder how. What an extraordinary moment. No connection. Maybe just from the header from Boguski. From Jędrzejczyk's free kick. Well, 2 of the 3 angles have suggested no contact at all. Jędrzejczyk's free kick looked to have hit the post directly. Papawek claims again. Lots of experience, but just the one Polish league title. They were very convincing in how they romped to the crown last season. They would have needed to have lost the last 5 league games to have been in with a chance of not winning the league. Sort of dominance we used to see from another team in red once. These sides could end up meeting somewhere in the Champions League. This one, second qualifying round action, Liverpool in the 3rd qualifying round. They could be seeded to meet in the group stages if they both get through. Sobolewski had started that move and looked to finish it. Bajinski instead content to let it go out for the throw-in. Given away by Benayoun. Picked up by Mauro Cantoro. Lengthy for Zhenjuk. Good cross. Was looking to pick out Boguski, but he'll have to wait. Long by Plessis. Voronin now. Lots of support ahead, but he may go his own way. That's a lovely ball in for Desena on his Liverpool debut, but cut offside, and Pavlovec was equal to it anyway. Just about offside. By Zhenjuk. Yuzhak is on the chase, but Cavaliere will collapse on top of it. .6'4", he has good size, the Brazilian custodian. That's what you do with that height that's most important. Plessis. Stephen Darby. Lovely passing by Wisla, who are pretty much geared up for the start of the Polish league season. Just 7 days away. Liverpool still gathering their best from the summer holidays. But it is a side of some strength. Desena expected to be a regular. Agger has been when he's been fit. Voronin's been in and out. Babel, Lucas, Callagher, Benayoun, all relatively A grade, and this is Benayoun. Scored the winner last week at Prenton Park against Tranmere. Babel. Peter Broszek for company. And now Darby. He's got his hands on a lot of silverware the last few years, youth cups and reserve leagues. And Lucas is offside also. Probably Liverpool's best move of the match. Arguably, that looked onside. They have had one let-off in defence, Liverpool, when Boguski's excellent header wrongly disallowed for being offside. Zhenjuk also hit the post, but Liverpool have had a case of at least one, maybe two offside decisions going against them. But then, at this time of year, the Swiss officials do not need to be at their sharpest. Long by Desena, and the flag is up again. By way of Broszek. This might be on him. One of the great brothers that appear from time to time. It's so rare for those siblings to be twins as Peter and Pavel are. A couple of times in their career they've played at the same club, and now here they are together at Wisla Krakow, who have the throw. Buczynski going over to take. Cantoro, good ball, kept in well by Peter Broszek. The throw is Wisla's. Mauro Cantoro. Kleber, also with a Copa Libertadores to his name with Cruzeiro in 1997, but has spent most of his career in Portugal. Arkadiusz Krawacki. Cantoro, they're building well, but is there enough time in stoppage time for them to make something of it? Good header. Bogutski, and the header away comes from Danager. Effective header away from the Dane, of whom we've seen not enough. Stephen Darby's been hugely effective at right back so far in this game. Youngster's only 19 years old. So on is even at half-time. Liverpool going ahead through Andre Vornin after 5 minutes. But by the 11th, these were level, a goal from Thomas Józek to tie it up. But they can consider themselves very unlucky not to be 3-1 up at the break, because Brzezinski's header, which went in, was wrongly deemed offside. Jędrzejczyk's free kick directly hit the post. And much pondering to be done at half-time, surely, from Rafa Benitez and company as he storms off. It is half-time in Freiburg, and it's Liverpool 1, Wisla Krakow 1.
Throughout history, football has been played off the pitch. Who will make the bad moves this year? The 2008 football transfer window, all summer long on Setanta Sports News.
They've taken the long way round. Now Ewan McGregor and his best mate Charlie tackle the long way down.
I feel like I've been punched.
From the top of Scotland to the tip of Africa.
I just feel like I'm on a ride with my mates.
Same two blokes, brand new bikes and a lot more adventure. In a brand new world exclusive on Nat Geo Adventure. Long Way Down, 8:30 tomorrow.
Liverpool's build-up to the new season continues this Wednesday against Hertha Berlin, live on Setanta Sports.
What a finish! What a goal!
Loses two defenders. Oh, what a great goal! Another goal for Fernando Torres. He just cannot stop scoring.
Steven Gerrard. Oh, that's magnificent!
Hertha Berlin v Liverpool this Wednesday morning from 4:15, live on Setanta Sports. This August on Setanta Sports, in football from Wembley, England take on the Czech Republic and Man United face Portsmouth in the Community Shield. That's followed by the SPL's kick-off and the first Old Firm game, all live and exclusive. Plus, the top leagues in Europe start the new season. And in GAA, the All-Ireland semi-finals live and exclusive. Your highlights this August on Setanta Sports. FIFA 2010 World Cup qualifiers live on Setanta Sports.
Steven Gerrard! Nani! What a strike!
Kevin Doyle gives Ireland the lead.
And a marvellous goal from Fabio Quagliarella.
European and South American FIFA 2010 World Cup qualifiers live on Setanta Sports. Sunderland's pre-season tour live on Setanta Sports.
Sensational!
Roy Keane takes a nostalgic trip with matches against his hometown club Cove Ramblers and the team that made him, Nottingham Forest. Sunderland's pre-season tour starts July 29th live on Setanta Sports. Live and exclusive football on Setanta Sports continues this July with European pre-season friendlies.
It's unbelievable, this!
From the first rounds all the way to the Wembley final, enjoy the greatest tradition in football, the FA Cup, exclusive to Setanta Sports.
Coffee giant of Wembley joy.
Exclusive coverage of the 2010 World Cup qualifiers featuring all of England's home games
Michael Owen again!
and every South American match.
Oh, what a strike!
Watch the UEFA Cup.
This guy is on fire!
Plus the best in European football from 6 top leagues, including Serie A, the Bundesliga, plus the Scottish Premier League.
It's over! Celtic are champions of Scotland again!
A brand new season of football this July on Setanta Sports.
1-1 as the second half is set to resume here in Freiburg between Wisla, Krakow and Liverpool, who have made 6 changes at half-time. Off go Eiger, Plessis, Leto, Babel, Lucas and Gallagher. On come Hippia, Skirtle, Aurelio, Spearing, Pennant and Mascherano. Will Downing with you for the second half. 1-1 it is. From the opening 45 minutes, just one change for the Poles. And the Argentine Cantoro has been replaced by number 15 from Costa Rica, Junior Diaz, who's just signed in the past few months, helped them to their Polish League campaign. But those 6 changes, less staying on than going off, probably tells you a lot about Rafa Benitez's mindset. A, towards this game, and B, towards how things went in the first half. Not as well as he would have expected. The numbers to watch out for in the second half. Hupia wears 4, Skirtle 6. They've come on for Eiger and Plessis. Aurelio wears 12. Jay Spearing, local lad born in the Wirral, he wears number 16, and Mascherano is wearing 20, and that is a touch for Jay Spearing. Missed 2 seasons ago with a broken leg, but has recovered well. 19 years old and prospering in the reserves. They won both the Premier League Reserve League and the National Reserve League last season, Liverpool, of which Derby was captain for both. But now he's having to defend. Dangerous cross from Rafaj Bujguski. And the pressure of the first half being continued by Wisła in the second. First touch for Aurelio after arriving at half-time. 1-2 with Benayoun, one of the first half survivors. Cut out by Junior Diaz. 15 times capped by Costa Rica. Played in the 2004 Copa America. The Wisła Krakow away kit does seem strangely reminiscent of the England jerseys from the 2006 World Cup. That ended at the quarter-final stage. Wisła have never been anywhere near that in terms of European competition, but this could be a practice match regards the Champions League. They would be seeded to meet each other, perhaps in the group stages, maybe even in the qualifiers. Wisła are in the second qualifying round, and after they take on Beitar Jerusalem, the winners of that will learn who they will play in the third qualifying round. Liverpool it could be, but being drawn together in the group stages is possible. Hippier put a lot of assurance in the Liverpool defence in the second half against Lucerne on Wednesday night, and is aiming to do the same today. They haven't looked the best at the back. Pennant coming forward. Diaz. Spearing. Mascherano. Beyond Aurelio. Spearing's done well, and he's won the free kick as well. Well, he's never played a competitive match for the first team, but he has impressed this week. The foul by Radoslav Sobolewski. Spearing. First touch for Skertl. Made his debut, as did Ryan Babel, against Vance and Waterlooville. Wyszynski with the free kick. And if you are just joining us, the big news hasn't happened on the pitch. A groin injury for Steven Gerrard. He's gone back to Liverpool. That was a back pass, was it, by Broszek for Cavalieri? That was a shot, you know. But Gerrard has gone back to Liverpool with a groin injury, which was discovered today, but we understand he will only be out of action for a week and a half. He may well be given a pass to rest until maybe the final friendly at Anfield against Lazio on the 8th of August, or perhaps all the way to the first league game of the season 8 days later at the Stadium of Light. And that is live here on Setanta. Good control by De Sena, the new signing from Udinese. And he looks quality. That's a quality ball by Zhencha. The cross was dangerous. Spearing's clearance comes to Voronin. Came off the head of Yossi Benayoun, entering just his second season with the club, but Benitez has done a lot at half-time. Made 4 changes at the break 3 days ago. And the remnants of those substitutions being made public now on the Swiss Tannoy system. Perhaps it shows a lot of discontent with how Liverpool were playing. There may be some discontent with Voronin's touch for Benayoun, 2 of the survivors from the kickoff. Hippier. Mascherano. Long by Skertl, but Voronin is being well shackled. Junior Diaz. Mascherano put too much onto it, and Pavawek will claim. Just one European season of note for Wisla in the past, but Voronin is trying to snuff everything out before the new season starts, and it's a good stop by Pavouek. Voronin, a bright spark in Grenchen against Lucerne, is proving the same against Wisla in Freiburg. The 1979 European Cup, they did make the last 8, beat Club Bruges and Brno in the second round before losing 5-3 in aggregate to Malmo. But they wouldn't see Europe again for a few more seasons, and their next opponents 3 seasons later in the first round of the UEFA Cup were Malmo. But that's the only time they've reached the last 8 of European competition. Knocked out the Champions League in 01-02 by Barcelona. Lost the first leg at home 4-3, it was a thriller. Put them to the pins of the collar at the Nou Camp, lost that 1-0. So they have their quality. And if you are Welsh, by the way, you might just remember them hammering 7 past Newtown in the UEFA Cup 10 seasons ago. This time they're aiming for the Israeli side, Beitar of Jerusalem, and that comes in 10 days' time. Their second qualifying round match of the Champions League. Scarcely 2.5 weeks after the European Championships ended. Stopped by Javier Mascherano. Gravatsky. There might be an opening again. Junior Diaz. Jamie Carragher going off at half-time. Maybe just a bench of Carragher's the way it is right now for Liverpool, but it's a good ball threaded through. In for Peter Broszek. Liverpool with a lot of young locals in their reserves and their youth teams. They are slowly beginning to emerge. They're doing the legwork. They won the FA Youth Cup in 06 and 07. And the 2 Premier Leagues that they were eligible to win in the reserves last season, they did win. Stephen Darby was captain for both of those. How agitated is Rafa? It may only be a pre-season friendly, but he has concerns. We were serenaded at half-time by a Beatles medley. The Swiss hosts trying to make their Merseyside visitors as welcome as possible. And if that was a reference towards Liverpool's most famous sons, well, Wisla did play a big part in the life of Krakow's most famous son, because their junior goalkeeper in the 1930s, some 45 years later, would be crowned Pope John Paul II. And he did maintain a healthy interest in the fortunes of his former club and Polish football for many years to come. And the Pope literally did save. He was their goalkeeper. Here's Mascherano. Long by Skirtle, aiming for Voronin, but no control. That's not a great back pass. And Pennant was lurking. It is notable that Rafa Benitez has brought on a lot more first-teamers, a lot more regulars for the second half. In Huppier, Skirtle, Aurelio, Pennant and Mascherano. Another slight offside. Not by a huge margin, and quite a few of those offsides for both sides in the first half, we did learn from replay, were incorrect. particularly the one for Boguski's header, which would have made it 2-1 for Wisla. As it is, still level, but for how long? Pennant finding Aurelio, good dangerous cross. Oh, has that crossed the line? It's not being given, and Wisla survive. Benayoun connected, but did he connect enough? That was close too. Well, the linesman was on the line, and his considered opinion, no goal. That has to be a free kick. Pavovec beaten finally for the first time since the 5th minute, but just scrambled away off the line by Bajinski. Andrea Desena with the free kick. Mascherano. And finds Pennant, who was back wearing his regular number 16 tonight. Jay Spearing had it the other evening. Benayoun, good one too. Back for Benayoun, having received from Hippia. Pennant has got plenty of support. Pull back for Aurelio, who won't get that. Derby. Goal kick it is. Liverpool haven't settled, by the way, in the squad numbers for the coming season. They are still being shuffled around. If you do go to the official Liverpool squad list, Cavalieri is still on 64. Let's have a little look. How much over the line was it at all? Doesn't look like it, does it? Did very, very well to clear it off the line. Liverpool are set to bring on a youngster who was very, very impressive against Lucerne and who ended up being voted man of the match. More about him in a moment. Desena forward for Voronin, but stopped by Kleber. 3rd season. One of 2 South American Champions League winners in the Wisla squad. Well, it's heading for about 7:15 in the evening in Switzerland. Still balmy, still warm, still sunny. At last, finally, a proper European summer. That's Daniel Pacheco, number 9, who's getting ready for Liverpool. 17 years old, and what a prospect. Controlled by Aurelio. Boguski. Had support from Bajinski, the veteran of 2 World Cups, but was crowded out by all of those red shirts. Long and aimless by Spearing. Assurance will come in time for the 19-year-old. Maybe Pavovec was a bit too assured in clearing while Benayoun was lurking. So changes coming for Liverpool, 2 of them. And Andrea Desena, an assured debut for him. The Italian international. He's coming off, and the Argentine Emiliano Insua is coming on. So too is Daniel Pacheco. And Benayoun is the player replaced. 8 changes now for Liverpool, and if you didn't see his game against Lucerne on Wednesday night, of Thursday if you're watching in Australia. A worthy man of the match performance from Daniel Pacheco. He is a useful youngster. But Liverpool having to defend. Insua will play left back and is wearing 22. Liverpool's free kick, born in for Aurelio, not tidily taken. Long by Mascherano, and it's a good run by Insua. His first touch for Aurelio. Well dispossessed by Bajinski. They both have masses of experience, Aurelio particularly. But Bajinski dealt with him so well. Vorinet. Good ball in the overlap. Cross from Pennant, but Jenchuk will clear. Jenchuk was fouled as that ball was being cleared, so it will be a free kick for Wisla. Applause for Dirk Kuyt as he comes walking along the sideline for the second half. A late arrival to the bench, was being heavily massaged for the first quarter hour of the first half, and I fancy the same thing has happened now in the second. Been a long season for Kuyt. Ended a week earlier than he would have liked in the Euro 2008 quarter-finals against Russia in Basel. The Dutch, I have to say, looked almost frightened that night as one who was at the match. I think Kuyt probably would have preferred an extra week of playing in Switzerland and Austria, if that would have meant a week less of friendlies. I think perhaps he even would have taken no holidays at all as long as the Dutch had gone a lot further in Euro 2008. Lovely sunshine day. Marvellous warmth. And some decent, well, not high octane, maybe medium octane football they're enjoying. But those who've travelled from Poland, and they make up maybe half the crowd, I think will be quite happy with what they've seen. If you're a Liverpool fan, you'll love with what Insua has been doing. Straight to Pavlovec in the end. What a lovely virtuoso moment from Emiliano Insua. He's only 5'5", but he's young, he's useful, and he's another of the teen Red Army gagging to get a shot to the big time, and it may happen under Rafa Benitez. While they've been reaching Champions League finals and getting constant top 4 finishes, trying to break into the top 2, there has been a lot ticking in the underbelly at Anfield Road. They have been winning trophies away from the first team under Gary Ablett and Sammy Lee. And it is slowly coming to fruition. We're about to see two more Liverpool youngsters and a more established name about to come into the fray, and that will mean Liverpool will have used up all 11 substitutes by the 70th minute. Pennant. Short for Voronin, who may be touching the ball for the last time. Short for Aurelio, and Voronin continue the run. Pacheco is there too, but too many white shirts back. Wisla looking to make a change too. Radoslav Sobolewski. €1.5 million bid from Southampton 2 seasons ago, which Wisla turned down. He's since boosted his tally of Polish leagues to 2, but was sent off against Germany in the 2006 World Cup, which you might have thought could have put out the Saints. That's Andrzej Nidzelan, who's set to come on. And Wisla look as if they want to make their change before Liverpool's final 3. Skirtle has been left, and plenty of white shirts forward by Peter Broszek. Couldn't make more advantage. The changes will come now, and there are many. And Liverpool are changing their goalkeeper. Diego Cavalieri is one of the 3 going off. David Martin is coming on, son of Alvin Martin, the West Ham legend. Jack Hobbs wearing 25, Dirk Kuyt wearing 18 for Liverpool. Off comes Voronin, Darby and Cavalieri. Andrzej Nidzelan coming on for Wisla Krakow. So a full 11 changes then for Liverpool, and they actually look a lot stronger now than they did when they started off. Kuyt is on, Mascherano, Pacheco, who we may not have seen much of tonight, but we did a lot on Wednesday night against Lucerne, and the 17-year-old has got big potential. Here goes Kuyt, Pacheco streaking forward in front of it. Now it's Pennant. Pacheco has gone wide. Aurelio forward too. So is Spearing. Free kick Liverpool. Foul on Daniel Pacheco. Well, if he looks a chap, he is. He's only 17. Born in Malaga, and there was a knock. You could just see the way that his head shuddered, that there was contact. Had a couple of good chances which he carved out himself against Lucerne. And it is in games like this. You may ask about the value of pre-season friendlies. Well, and unearthing the Daniel Pachecos of this world. Surely they therefore have their worth. Aurelio's hanging over it. Pennant is there too. But Aurelio it is, and it's straight at Pavovec. Lots of movement in front of him, but he went for the shot himself. Only first-team goal for Liverpool coming against Bolton back in March. 46 appearances in all competitions, but 2 injuries late on in crucial Champions League games in the last 2 seasons have limited the Brazilians' appearances and value in red. The foul was on Jack Hobbs, who's 19, but not a local. He's from Peterborough. Changes for Wisla. Kleber is off. And Peter Singlar, who's just signed from Slovan Liberec in Slovakia, is on his way on for Kleber, the Brazilian. That's not the only change. Krzysztof Mrzynski, the 20-year-old trainee, is also coming on. And Zierzak, the Czech international, is also being withdrawn. So that's 4 changes now. Singlar, Mrzynski, Junior Diaz, and Niedzlan are all on. Zierzak, the goal scorer for Wisla. Liverpool of the throw. Pennant, beavering well. Side netting, it'll be a corner. Jędrzejczuk diving across. And a corner it is. It was major moment of danger. Pavawek was beaten, but it went beyond the post. Pennant's corner. Plenty forward. Off the head of Huppi had come forward. Liverpool needing to funnel back. Huppi again. Straight to the keeper. It's beyond Jay Spearing. This is Pennant again. Good ball for Pacheco, who has the skill, but not quite the experience that youth cannot deliver. Controlled by Skrtel. Long by Aurelio for Cowd, but couldn't get the comfortable touch. First touch for Krzysztof Mrzynski, the trainee who made his Wisla Krakow debut back in December against Górnik Zabrze. Pennant now. Liverpool looking friskier in the second half. They've had some added quality, and Cowd's provided some of that. And Pavawek denying him again. Good work by Liverpool up front again. Cowd has become the main target. And an added improvement in quality from the Dutchman. That was hit with maybe a bit more pace than was necessary. Seemed to cause Mrzynski some distress. Peter Singlar celebrates his 29th birthday on Wednesday. Just signed that 3-year deal, making the short move north from Slovakia. Well controlled by Rafał Brzezinski, himself a Polish international. Their starting 11, Wisla, had 8 full internationals, 10 internationals in all, 5 more internationals on the bench. They are quality. Anyone from a Liverpool perspective thinking that it would be an easy encounter surely had no right to think that in the first place. Insua, Checo, and now Jay Spearing. All those substitutions seem to have done Liverpool well. They're stringing it together a lot better. Aurelio straying offside. But judging some of the decisions in the first half, it may be worth taking a second look at it just to make sure. Wisla are going to make another change. Boguski, number 9, is being withdrawn, and he's replaced by Patrick Mieczki, who celebrates his 20th birthday on the first day of August. His cousin is supposed to be quite a player, 14-year-old Jonathan Mieczki. Name to write down and remember for the future. Wayne Rooney, after all, was only 16 when he was scoring for Everton. Ryan Giggs was emerging at the age of 17, so why not Mieczki? Deep, dangerous cross for Kout. It's Wisla's goal kick. Aurelio had pushed himself forward. Worth remembering, a man who came to Anfield with an impressive CV. 2 La Liga titles, UEFA Cup, European Super Cup, all won at Valencia under Rafa Benitez. The latter match, actually, the latter title wouldn't have been because Benitez had just left. European Super Cup of the 2004-05 season.
Die Pressekonferenz findet 5 Minuten nach Spielende vor dem Gebäude der Umkleideräume auf der linken Seite.
Junior Diaz. Short north for Pavel Brošek. Well, normally someone is sent around the press box to whisper in the ear about where you go after the game to speak to the players. It's rather helpful that the entire crowd's being told where to go now. Well claimed by David Martin. He's from Romford in Essex, the same hometown as Steve Davis. And there is a bit of ginger hair there as well, isn't there? His dad was a hard man in the West Ham defence for many years, and it was a really good West Ham team he was in as well. He used to be a defender, you know, David Martin, which he obviously got off his dad, but somewhere down the line, after moving from Spurs youths to Liverpool, decided to convert to being a goalkeeper. And David Martin is a real history maker because he was... Here comes Pennant. Good pull back. Rolls out towards Pennant again. I'll complete that David Martin story in a moment. Surely not offside. Well, actually a substitution needs to be made first because Liverpool have made all of theirs. It will be for Wisla. And they're bringing on Tomasz Davidowski. He has been cursed with injuries the last 4 or 5 seasons. Another Polish international, and who has won 3 Polish leagues with Wisla. And Pavel Brošek, leading scorer in the league with 24 goals last season, makes his way off, not having scored tonight. And that means both brothers have now been substituted. Jay Spearing. These will have the free kick. Completing the tale of David Martin. He started his first team career with a club based in southwest London. Continued his career in the English South Midlands, but with the same club. It was when Wimbledon transformed into MK Dons. Now he's looking to transform himself into a top-class goalkeeper, and he has underage caps at 4 levels for England. He should be the next big thing, but with Scott Carson leaving Liverpool in the last 48 hours, this may not be the club in which he will prosper. Hippier, back to Martin. Good clearance for Kout. Liverpool have looked a lot better in the second half, but they have put on a lot of their better players. And that's without Gerrard, without the 4 Spanish Euro 2008 winners to return to, including the winning goal scorer Fernando Torres. Speaking with a Canadian Manchester United fan on the train earlier today, and speaking his admiration for Fernando Torres. I think he'd rather have him at the club than Cristiano Ronaldo. So they still do have quite a lot of talent to come back, Liverpool, including the injured Steven Gerrard. And he should be back fit from his groin strain within a fortnight. That's a good ball. He was trying to pick out Jenja. Zobolewski. They could have gone into the break 3-1 up, Wisla. But Liverpool have looked just about the better side in this second half. What notes will Rafa Benitez have written by the end of this European tour? Handball's been given against Emiliano Insua. Didn't look terribly deliberate. Signed a 3-year deal until 2011, but having been with the club 18 months or so now, has only played 5 times for them in competitive action. Mascherano has played a lot more. Kout. Now Pennant. Chances to build. Kout returning again, but it's hit over his head. Good control for Pacheco. Aurelio. Play on. Just a little jostle with Peter Singler, and he was beginning to fall outside Pacheco anyway. He's already played in that Premier League and National Reserve League winning side in the Liverpool second team under Gary Ablett. Pacheco continues the run. Pacheco's got a goal-scoring chance, but he's given it unselfishly to Kout. And Pavlovec has stopped it again. He remains sharp, Pacheco, but one big question. Is he scared of shooting? He's had a few chances, but each time has looked for someone in a better position, and Kout perhaps was. Pacheco, very creative. Maybe needs another extra shred of confidence just to try a shot or two. But he is nippy, he is frisky. He looks good, and he was man of the match for the 2-1 victory over Lucerne in Grenchen on Wednesday. This may spell an end to Liverpool's winning ways, having won their 2 previous friendlies this week. Way by Martin, past Davidovski. Has been linked with Blackpool as David Martin. His brother plays with Tottenham, Joe. Another name we're destined to hear more of. Doubt if Pacheco would have known too much about Alvin Martin, having only been born in 1991. Skirtle. Nodded on well by Mascherano, looking for Cat. And Sua is in support. Instead it's Mascherano. What an excellent ball for Jermaine Pennant. 3 to aim for in the middle, and Pacheco is one of them, but he won't get there first. Brzzinski winning well. Sua. Couch for Pacheco, looking to complete what would have been an excellent 1-2. Free kick it'll be for Wisla in the last minute of normal time. Peter Singler, the player fouled. The flag went up very late, but enough to deny Wisla the chance of a winner. A testing night for Liverpool, but it looks as if they will come away without defeat. Their winning streak does come to an end, but the unbeaten run continues. Three minutes of stoppage time to come to deal with all the substitutions we've had. Mascherano, 17 substitutions in total in the 8 Liverpool made at half-time. And they have now rotated their entire starting 11, who are watching on from the bench. Should they sign the likes of Gareth Barry and Robbie Keane, they would have a useful team building. They have a useful move building here. Pennant back, Spearing's effort, and a corner kick for Liverpool in stoppage time. They still believe. Pennant to take again. Comes down towards Mascherano, who, like Pennant, suffering a red card in the season past. Pennant against Manchester United. Mascherano against Manchester United. Pennant in the Champions League against Porto. Both, you would argue, relatively needless. Spearing. Short for Mascherano. And stolen by Patrick Maweczki. Maweczki has got a shooting chance. It could have been the winner. Another warning for Liverpool not to rest on the laurels too much. Lovely break by Maweczki. The big irony is that he missed last season's triumph because he was out on loan with Jagiellonis Shonoviec and could only watch the club he was contracted to romp away with the Polish League title. His aim for the coming season will be for them to retain it and for him to help them this time. Liverpool's aim will surely be to play better than they have done on their travels as they reawaken from their summer slumbers. Wins against Tranmere and Lucerne just about to be added to with a draw against Wisla Krakow, unless something extraordinary happens in the last 10 seconds of stoppage time. And here's Maweczki. There's another good ball. You just wonder what damage he would have caused had he come on earlier. short stroll from Jack Hobbs to take the Liverpool throw. Controlled by Aurelio with his arm, but it doesn't matter because it ends 1-1 in Freiburg. André Vornen putting Liverpool ahead after 5 minutes. Thomas Juszczyk levelling 6 minutes later. It should have been 2-1 when Boguski's header for Wisla was wrongly called offside. Zhenchuk's free kick hit the post. Benny Yoon could have got a Liverpool winner with a strike that was cleared off the line. It's been entertaining in the Swiss sunshine. It ends Liverpool 1, Wisla Krakow 1.